Hi everyone, it's Ogechi here again. Welcome to my channel. This is a quick Q&A for Lent. If you're still confused and do not know what to do for Lent, then listen up and watch this video to the end. So the first question is, what does Lent mean? Lent means a time for you to reflect and think of all the things that you've been doing in your life and ask if it reflects God. If whatever you're doing and you think to yourself, does that build my relationship with God? And how you can look at that is, does it make you pray? What you do, does it make you pray? If the answer is no, then obviously it's not helping you to build your relationship with God. Does it make you want to sing praises to God? No, then it's not. Okay, so it's time for you to build. Seek for forgiveness, go to confessions, go to church, and make changes to your life to rebuild your relationship with God if you have fallen away, or you think that you still you need God more, if that makes sense. All of us need God more. Okay, so the next question is, does every Christian have to celebrate Lent? Yes, 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 and yes. So Lent is something that every Christian, if you're a believer that Jesus Christ is your Lord and personal Savior who died on the cross for your forgiveness of sins, yes, because it's mandatory. That leads me to my next question. Is it an obligation? Yes, it's an obligation for you to do Lent. It is an obligation. However, the obligation doesn't necessarily always have to fall into Lent period. It should be all your life. You should be reflecting, praying, and confessing every single time of your life, not just during the Lent period, but it is an obligation for you to do Lent, fast, pray, and praise and confess your sins. Okay, the next question, the third question is, why do we fast for Lent? Good question. In different passages of the Bible, God always states to us, watch and pray, fast so that you do not, fast as well. Because if you remember, if in the Bible where Jesus was tempted in the wilderness, he fasted. So if he fasted, that means we have to fast. Okay, so we have to fast. Fasting is not about food. Fasting is from things that stops us from building a relationship with God. I'll delve into fasting another time, but today I'm just doing a Q&A. So fasting is is about fasting for things that stops us from getting to Christ. You have to look into your life and find it out. I'll read some things out of the Bible which could help you. Next one is, so I've done number four questions. The fifth one is, what does fasting do for us, and can it help you spiritually? Yes, yes, yes. It helped Jesus spiritually for him to fight the temptations of the devil. Now, if you start fasting, it will help you spiritually to fight the temptations of the devil. He didn't just fight the temptation of the devil just for food. Remember, the devil tempted Jesus 3 times. So he did for food. He did for the actions that he has to do. Remember, he told Jesus to jump from top of the mountain. The angels will catch him. He also tempted Jesus to test God. So that's another way. So there's different things that the devil can tempt you on. So fasting will help you overcome these things. I'm not talking about food fasting only. I'm talking about fasting from things that are not good in your life. Okay, the next question is, the sixth question is, what is the most important thing in Lent that I should do? The most important thing in Lent that you should do is pray. Pray, 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 pray. Prayer means of communicating with God. If you have stopped communicating with God, find a way to rebuild your communication. Communication is in 2 ways. God does answer it, whether you think he doesn't answer or not. You just have to be able to know and obviously make sure you're listening. That's the truth. So pray, pray, pray. Pray is a means of communication to God. So pray, 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 pray. And the seventh question is, should I eat meat during Lent? Yes. Should you eat meat during Lent? Yes. Do you eat? Yes, and yes, and yes, and yes, and yes. Yes, the only times that the church says do not eat meat is Good Friday and Ash Wednesday. Okay, meat, if you ask, there is not really quite an obligation to eat meat. So yeah, to not to eat meat, but there's particular days that are marked out, especially Fridays, marked out for the church that says do not eat meat. My mom do not eat meat on Fridays, but that doesn't mean she doesn't cook meat for us. So we do eat meat, but that's her thing. Like it's part of the Catholic thing. Like say you don't eat meat. The reason for not eating meat is because it's a celebrational thing. So if you're fasting, you're not trying to celebrate, like eat meat, because usually meat is, if you go to a party you don't see meat, you're thinking what is going on with people, unless you go to one of those little picking up food, like food on the hand sort of thing. But if you go for a proper good celebration, you expect meat somehow, somewhere, unless you're a vegan. But yeah, you should eat meat. Yeah, what's it called? You should eat meat. There's nothing stopping you. It's just maybe take it in little quantities. The next one is there exemptions to fasting? No. Is there exemption to fasting for food? Probably. Exemption to fasting for other things? No. No. You can fast from things. If it's lying, everyone lies. You can fast from that. If it's stealing, fast from that. If it's gossiping, fast from that. If it's watching pornography, fast from that. If it's watching any other thing that you know that doesn't honor God, fast from that. It doesn't have to be food. Fasting is not an option. It's a necessity. Okay. How can I prepare myself spiritually for God? First of all, by looking at the things that are in your environment. So try not to watch things that will deter you from God, or even people that make mockery of God. Comedy people do that a whole lot. So that's why I stopped watching comedy. Or they swear people. Oh gosh, let me not start with that. But the next, the last question, 10, is does God care about Lent? If Jesus fasted, what do you think? Yes, he cares about Lent. He cares that we find ways to build a relationship with him. Is a good way for you if you are struggling individually, but at least you know collectively everyone else is doing the same thing that you're doing. God cares about Lent. He ordained it. Okay? So you should fast. You can find it in the Bible, in different places, but God, most importantly, honors righteous fasting. He doesn't like this type of fasting. If you're fasting, yet you do not pay your employers properly, if you're fasting for food or something, and yet you are mean to other people, if you're fasting, you're still a bully, you're fasting, you're still, ignorant of things that you shouldn't, or ignorant of spiritual things. If you're fasting, you're spiritually insensitive. Let me not start. All right, my video stops here. So yes, God cares about fasting. But you can go to the book of Isaiah 58 and you find out what true fasting and false fasting is. I'll go into that next time. Don't forget, Wednesday we start our prayer times for Lent period. So I hope you join us on Wednesday. Thank you very much. Bye.